Welcome to our leadership segment on Moments with Inonge. Many people like to worry, especially about things that are outside their control. They worry about things like their past, like yesterday, and yet yesterday is gone, the door has been shut, and the key actually thrown away. So there's nothing really that you can do about yesterday. And most of the times, you find people worrying about tomorrow. What is going to happen tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? Well, tomorrow is not really guaranteed and you're not yet there. So what you basically have is today. What you have is today. So if you're so concerned about tomorrow, why not make tomorrow a masterpiece? Why not make tomorrow better by making today a masterpiece? Because today is all you have, and today actually influences the tomorrow that you're actually worried about. Why not make today a masterpiece? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Moments with Inonge's leadership segment. I am so glad you can make it. And I see quite a number of people online already. Comments are beginning to flow through. Our topic for discussion today is the makings of a masterpiece. The makings of a masterpiece. Please drop your comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Like and share, like and share. Those that are watching on Facebook, please create a watch party. That way you'll be able to attract people to come and view this broadcast so that a lot of people may be enlightened. Leadership is not all about yourself. You having the opportunity to get and hear everything that I have to share on the leadership segment. That's not what leadership is all about. Leadership is about others. It's about you giving. It's about you pouring out into the lives of others. So please like and share this broadcast. For those that are watching on YouTube, please like and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Moments with Inonge. Remember, we've got a very interesting topic for discussion, and our topic for discussion is the makings of a masterpiece. So right before we go into that, I would like to acknowledge those that are currently online. And we have Ruth. Well, Ruth, thank you so much for tuning into our leadership segment. Ruth says, the Lord bless and keep you safe and healthy. Amen and amen. I receive that prayer in the name of Jesus. Ruth goes on to drop another comment that says she's watching from Lusaka, within Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you so much, Ruth, for that comment. I really, really appreciate your presence and your support as a fellow JMT member. Thank you so much. Guys, for those that are online, please drop your comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Drop your comments. Let me know where you're watching from. We have another comment from Maureen, and Maureen says she's watching from Connecticut, USA. Thank you so much, Maureen, for tuning into our leadership segment. I hope and trust that you're keeping well, because I know that the Lord, He is definitely taking good care of you and yours. Thank you so much for finding time to be part and parcel of this leadership segment. Guys, please like your comment, like and share, and also drop a comment, guys. Let me know where you are actually watching from. Like I said, we have a very interesting topic on our leadership segment. We have a very, very interesting topic, and that's the makings of a masterpiece, the makings of a masterpiece. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Inonge, a certified speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. So all the material that we get to share on our leadership segment is actually based on John Maxwell's materials. So in our leadership segment tonight, if you're in Africa, Southern Africa to be particular, it's nighttime. So in our leadership segment tonight, we're going to be looking at the makings of the masterpiece. And if you're in the USA, depending on which part of the USA you're in, it may be morning, it may be afternoon, it may be evening. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone that's actually tuned in. So, the makings of a masterpiece, the makings of a masterpiece, that is our topic for discussion. There are two ingredients two ingredients that are necessary to make every day a masterpiece. Like I started when we just began this leadership segment, I mentioned that a lot of people love to worry about yesterday, and yet yesterday is gone. There is nothing that you can do about yesterday. The door has been shut, the key has been thrown away. And a lot of people spend their today worrying about tomorrow. What is going to happen tomorrow? What are they going to leave for their children? Perhaps, God forbid, all of a sudden, they passed on and died. What is going to happen tomorrow? People are worrying about things outside their control. And yet, we have the privilege of today. We have the privilege of today. And if you're truly worried and concerned about tomorrow, why not make today a masterpiece? Because it's what you have, and it greatly influences, our tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at two ingredients necessary to make every day a masterpiece. Please like and share, drop your comments, let me know where you're watching from, and please also participate by sharing what your thought is concerning whatever it is that I have to whatever it is that I present to you. So before we even dive much deeper into what we're looking at today, which is the makings of a masterpiece, I would love to remind you that the theme for this month on Moments with Inonge is we live a purpose-driven life. And our anchor scripture is 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 20. You can look that up, 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 20. So when we're talking about the two major ingredients to make every day a masterpiece are decisions and discipline. Decisions and discipline. That is the two ingredients to make every day a masterpiece. Decisions and discipline. So we're going to talk we're going to spend a little much more time talking about these two things, because they are what help us to actually make the most of every day that we're living, make the most of today. Because if you are living today, year in today, today will become yesterday tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at making every day a masterpiece. Making every day a masterpiece. So what we have is this. A presentation on decisions and discipline. So when we look at decisions and discipline, these are actually two sides of a coin. And believe you me, a coin, for instance, let's say you have 50 cents, or you have 15 ngwe. And the other side of the coin is actually erased, like there is nothing that is there. When you're going to make whatever purchase, whether you're using a jukebox or whatever it is that you're using that takes in coins, do you know that that jukebox or wherever you're making that purchase, they're going to refuse to accept that coin as payment? Why? Because it's invalid. A coin always has two sides. It always has the head and it always has the tail. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at decisions and discipline. And these are actually two sides of the coin. So when we look at decisions and discipline, like I said, there are two sides of the coin. We're looking at a 15 ngwe coin. It's got the other side and the other side. And like I said, if the other side is erased, when I want to make a payment using this 15 ngwe, it's definitely not going to be accepted because there is another part missing to it. So that just goes to elaborate how decisions and disciplines and discipline actually go together. And just to share much more, we're going to look at good decisions. We're going to look at good decisions where somebody makes good decisions minus daily disciplines. What we have there, the equation up there is good decisions minus daily disciplines equal to a plan without payoff. For instance, you make a decision to eat healthy. You make a decision to exercise. You make a decision to read a book every day. You make a decision to manage your finances. But without the daily discipline, this is not actually going to benefit you. Like you see on the other side, on the left side of my screen, I'm pretty much sure maybe it might be the right side of your screen as you're watching. What is going to happen is that you notice that on the side of discipline, because you're not doing anything much, what is going to happen is that the decisions, they're just going to remain stagnant. You've decided to eat healthy. You've decided to exercise. You've decided to read a book. You've decided to manage your finances, but you've just made a decision, no daily discipline to it. You're still eating junk food. So if you're still eating junk food, that means that you are not following through with a discipline that will enable the eating healthy to actually pay off. And then another thing that we can actually look at is discipline, daily discipline minus good decisions. Daily discipline minus good decisions. What this is equal to is that it's equal to no rewards. It doesn't reward us in any way. When you look at the daily disciplines, right? We've got the eating healthy, we've got the exercise, we've got the reading of the books, and we've got the managing of our finances. What you're going to see from the chart that I've just put onto your screen is that the food, you're going to make sure that, okay, you are eating every day. You are eating maybe three times a day. But then you are eating 3 times a day. You've disciplined your body to eat 3 times a day, but you have not made the good decision to eat healthy. What is going to happen is that, yes, you'll be eating 3 times a day. You can eat junk all you want, but this will not benefit you healthy-wise. Why? Because you didn't make a good decision. You just made a daily discipline to eat 3 times a day without actually say, okay, I've made a discipline, I'm disciplining myself to eat 3 times a day, but the decision is to eat healthy food. Or for instance, if let's say you've disciplined yourself to maybe exercise, to go to the gym once a week, you've made a daily discipline to go to the gym. It may be once a day, or it may be even once a week. What is going to happen is that the mere fact that you are going to the gym once a week or every day will not give you the actual benefits that you can derive from when you make a good decision, which is to stay in shape. For us women, maybe our decision would be to stay in shape by flattening our tummy. Do you realize that if I make a decision to say, okay, I want to go to the gym so that I can actually flatten my tummy so I can have a good shape, and then I follow it up with going to the gym. Do you realize that the fact that I have said that I will go to the gym daily and I keep up with that discipline, and as well as know the reason why I'm going to the gym, I'm going to benefit much more. It's like you say, okay, I'm going to be reading a book. I'm going to be reading a book every day, and this is supposed to develop my skills. For instance, I'll take an example of myself. Like, I am a speaker trainer and a coach, like I mentioned. So I would love to develop my skills. Excuse me. So by developing my skills, I tell myself to say, I am going to read a book every day. So if I develop the discipline of just reading every day without making a good decision of reading books in line with speaking, coaching, and training, what is going to happen is that I will not develop the skills that are necessary for speaking, training, and coaching. The same goes for sevens. The same goes for sevens. If I just manage my finances without attaching, a good decision to the reason why I am managing my finances, you're going to find that quite all right, from the 1st to the 20th, I manage my finances so well. And then something that is not even beneficial comes my way, and I decide to purchase from the savings that I made. I decide to purchase something that is not even going to be an asset for a long time, that is going to be like a non-current asset, So really, you get to see that daily disciplines minus good decisions, they don't really reward us. But when we have good decisions and good disciplines, what happens is that we create a masterpiece of potential. If we make a good decision to eat healthy, and then we discipline ourselves to eat only maybe greens or to have a balanced diet every day, we're going to realize that even our countenance will change, because what we take in usually reflects how we look on the outside. If I make a decision, for instance, to say, okay, I'm going to be exercising, and I also make a discipline to say I'm going to be exercising 3 times a day, working on my tummy, what is going to happen is that I'm going to reap the reward of a flat tummy, because I am following through. I am following through. So guys, good decisions plus good discipline equals to a masterpiece of potential. Good decisions plus discipline equal to a masterpiece of potential. So as we look at that, as we think about it, as we are thinking about it and looking at it, how are you rating yourself concerning today? This is a leadership segment where we are truthful and honest with ourselves. Concerning today, what have you done? What decision have you made? And that decision, have you followed it up with good discipline? Because a decision that you make without following it up with good discipline, it's really nothing. It won't give you that reward that is, beneficial unto you. One thing that we're going to notice is that good decisions today will give you a better tomorrow. Good decisions today will definitely give you a better tomorrow. So what you notice is that you don't make decisions because they are easy. You don't make decisions because they are cheap. You don't make decisions because they are popular. You make decisions because they are right. Not because they are easy to follow through, not because they are cheap, not because everyone is making that type of decision. You make decisions because they are right. When you make a decision once and for all, you won't have to visit the decision daily. When you make a decision once and for all, you won't have to visit the decision, daily, to remake that decision every day. Once you make that good decision, it is going to actually be with you, like journey through with you, because you've made that good decision. But apparently, what happens is that most of the times, people actually wait until something goes wrong in order for them to make that decision. You find that people will make a decision when it's not even convenient, when it's not suitable, when it's not comfortable, when they're feeling the pinch, when they're feeling the pain. That is when you discover that people actually make that decision. When you make a good decision once and for all, the benefit is that it takes the emotion out of the decision. If you make a good decision, today, it will actually pay off in the future. If you make a good decision today, not because you are sick, but if you make a good decision to say, okay, let me eat healthy because I know that it's the right thing to do. To eat healthy is the right thing to do. Do you realize that when you're making that decision, it actually takes out the emotion out of the decision? Unlike when you're sick and you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you to say, this sickness that you have to change your eating habits. Do you realize that the decision to now begin to eat, right, is actually going to affect you emotionally? Why? Because there was a time when you could make that decision, but you chose not to make that decision. And now you have to make that decision out of circumstances that are beyond your control. For instance, your health. So when you make decisions once and for all, you don't have to revisit them daily, and it takes out the emotion out of that decision. Another thing that making decisions once and for all, how it benefits us, is that it makes managing your life easier. It makes managing your life easier. What example can I give in line with making managing your life easier? For instance, if you like to gamble, and whenever you go to the casino, you actually lose a lot of money. So you know that this is your weakness. You are better off making a decision to say, I will not go to the casino to gamble. So what you do is you work around your life in such a way that it does not give you opportunity to go to the casino. Even if an opportunity arises, maybe your friends say, okay, boy, let's go gambling. You are able to say, no, I am not going gambling, because it is a decision that you have already made. So it makes managing your life much, much easier. One thing that decisions does is that decisions help us to start, and discipline helps us to finish. So once you make that good decision, you're right at the starting point. And once you follow up that good decision with daily discipline, what happens is that it helps you finish. But one thing about discipline is that discipline is often painful. It's often painful. You know what that means. I mean, a lot of people have tried to discipline themselves or have disciplined themselves in a certain area, and you really get to realize that every time you're following through with a certain discipline, it turns to deny you of certain things that you're used to doing. When you're disciplining yourself, say for instance, you're disciplining yourself to read a book every day. Do you realize that, for instance, maybe you say read a book every day at 9 p.m. before you go to bed. And then usually what you do is that at 9 p.m. before you go to bed, you are always on social media. So what that discipline to always read a book at 9 p.m. before you go to bed is going to do is that it's going to deny you of the privilege of being on social media. And that in itself, because you're used to doing it, it's going to be painful. But one thing that we need to realize as leaders is that, there are two types of pain. There are two types of pain that we cannot run away from. Whether you decide to make a decision today or you decide to make that decision tomorrow, there's always going to be a pain associated to whether you take the decision today or you take the decision tomorrow. And the first type of pain is the pain of self-discipline. The pain of self-discipline is actually the pain that you get to pay, the pain that you get to go through immediately. As you deny yourself the privilege of going through social media because maybe it makes you relax, it makes you unwind, it makes you forget one or two things, you're gonna have to go through that pain in order for you to read the book. But what you need to realize is that as you are reading the book, you are getting enlightened. As you're reading the book, you are taking in more wisdom, more knowledge that will actually enable you to go out there and do something of value. So self-discipline makes you feel the pain right there and then, but the benefits are really, really long lasting. But then if you decide not to go up with that discipline, there is also another pain that you tend to go through, and that is the pain of regret. The pain of regret. Say, for instance, you have a choice. You have a choice to make a decision whether you're going to be reading a book. Like every day, you're going to be reading a page or two. Every day, you're going to be reading a page of two just to enhance your knowledge within a certain field. And then because it's denying you of the privilege to do certain things, you decide to give up that discipline. You decide to let go of that discipline. So what happens is that because you've decided to let go of that discipline, along the way, as you journey through your life, an opportunity comes. An opportunity presents itself that actually requires you to actually manifest or display the knowledge that is in that book that you had just decided to let go of because you were feeling the pain of sacrificing doing other things in order to read that book. So what do? You actually regret. You regret to say, you know what, I really, really wish I took time to read that book. I really, really wish I followed through with that discipline. So whether you take the decision today or you take the decision tomorrow, either ways, you're going to go through pain. But the beauty about it all is you're a leader, I am a leader. And for you to actually be able to stay tuned and be watching me right now, it means that you really want to do things that are going to, yield positive results in your future. For you to use your bundles, for you to use your time, of which I equate time to life, because once your time is gone, you can never recover it. You can never recover it. That means that you are really investing in yourself. You're really investing in your personal awareness. You are sacrificing the time to play with your kids, even after a long day, the time just to relax by listening to me. And you see, the thing is that the little insights that I'm sharing with you would actually benefit you. So right now, you've sacrificed your time. Instead of doing other things, you're actually doing this. But you realize that the benefits of practicing what I have just shared with you, which is good discipline, good decisions. You make good decisions and couple them with good daily discipline. You're going to realize that your life becomes better. Your tomorrow becomes way, way much better. So guys, that is what I had to share with you on our leadership segment. I had to bring to you the two necessary ingredients for making a masterpiece of every day. Remember, our topic was the makings of a masterpiece. At this point in time, I can see there are a lot of people that are currently online. I would love to actually hear what the highlight of this segment has been for you. Please drop a comment sharing the highlight of what this segment has been for you. And you can as well as drop a comment just letting me know where you are actually watching from. So we had a comment from Maureen, and Maureen said she was watching from Connecticut, USA. Maureen, thank you so much for tuning into our leadership segment on Moments with Inonge. And we had a comment actually from Maureen, and Maureen said, invited by Ruth. Ruth, thank you very much for actually inviting Maureen to our leadership segment. And this is what I was talking about in our motivational segment yesterday. How when you belong to a certain association, when you do the same thing, people don't actually perceive you to be their rival, but instead they actually build you. Instead, they actually promote you. And this is the DNA that we carry as John Maxwell speaker trainers and coaches. Ruth, thank you for actually displaying what I actually shared in our motivational segment yesterday. Maureen goes ahead to say, it's my first time. You are welcome, welcome, welcome to Moments with Inonge leadership segment, Maureen. What we actually do is that we lay a foundation on Sunday, 1 p.m. Central African time, which should be in Connecticut, that should be 6 a.m. 6 a.m. in the morning, yeah, your time. So what we do is we have an inspirational segment. So what we do in that inspirational segment is that we gain inspiration from the Word of God. And then on Monday, we build from that foundation that we've laid in the inspirational segment, we actually build blocks on top of that foundation during the motivational segment. And then on Tuesday, which is today apparently, we put a roof on top of that building that we have just built. So that is what we actually do. So we have a comment from Zamiwe, and Zamiwe says, watching from home. Zamiwe, thank you so much for tuning into our leadership segment. Please share what the highlight of today's segment has been. And then we have a comment from Kufa. Kufa is one of our top fans, and Kufa says, watching from Lusaka West. Hi, Inonge. Hi, Kufa. Thank you so much for tuning into our leadership segment. Thank you for being part and parcel of Moments with Inonge. You actually make moments with Inonge. We have another comment from Kufa, and Kufa says, word. Thank you so much, Kufa, for that. And we have a comment from Musama. Musama says, on point. Musama, thank you very much. And Musama is watching us all the way from Zimbabwe. Musama is actually one of our new top fans on Moments with Inonge. So Musama, thank you very much for being part and parcel of our leadership segment. It is because of your contributions, your liking of the program, your sharing with others, that Moments with Inonge actually tends to grow. We have another comment from Chilufya, and Chilufya says, word. Chilufya Kasonde, thank you very much for actually being part and parcel of our leadership segment tonight. If you're watching from Southern Africa, thank you so much. And Kufa says, it's not easy to be disciplined. That's why many cannot manage. Therefore, they always transgress. That's very, very true. I mean, discipline is sacrifice. Discipline is sacrifice. But whenever we talk about sacrifice, we do not look at sacrifice as laying down something, as laying down something, as having to give up something. We look at sacrifice when it comes to leaders. We look at sacrifice as putting down something to gain something of more value. It's actually gaining something of more value. Whenever you sacrifice, believe you me, you're not losing, you're actually gaining. So it's very, very true. And Kufa drops another comment and says, the pain of discipline is better than the pain of regret. Wow, enlightening. That's very, very true. The pain of discipline is actually way better. It really outweighs the pain of regret. And Manfred goes ahead and drops a comment and says, thanks, good word. Welcome, Manfred. You're welcome. And we have another comment from Joel, and Joel says, following. Joel, thank you so much for actually finding time to be part and parcel of tonight's leadership segment. I can't stand it, but just acknowledge you, Joel. Thank you so much for also being part and parcel of the Put Your Dream to Test leadership training. Thank you so much. I enjoyed our one-on-one coaching session with you. And for those that are still typing their comments, just highlighting what really got their attention during our leadership segment, allow me to actually extend my gratitude to all of you that are watching, all of you fans and followers of Moments with Inonge. Moments with Inonge actually turns a year, or has actually turned a year this January. It was last year, 2020 in January when we began this journey on Moments with Inonge, and so far it has been good. We have more than 2,000 likes, more than 3,000 people following, and as Moments with Inonge, as a team, we just want to extend our gratitude to you by offering you a free 30 minutes coaching session, which is labeled The History of Your Future. This is a free 30 minutes coaching session. It's a one-on-one coaching session. What this coaching session actually does is that it actually clarifies, your, or should I say, it clarifies your awareness, the awareness of your dream, the awareness of your vision, and it actually enhances your ability to actually attain that dream, attain that vision. It's the first month of the year 2021, and you definitely have those dreams, you definitely have those goals. Why not register? Why not register or book a 30 minutes free session? Why not register or book the 30 minutes free session? We have another comment from Jacob, and Jacob says, watching from Ndola, many people are not successful because they lack discipline. We miss you. Still in the USA. Well, Jacob, I'm actually back. I came back on New Year's Eve. I'm no longer in the US, hoping to get back very, very soon. But right now, I'm currently within Zambia. And we have another comment from Ruth, and Ruth says, wow, I'm interested. Well, Ruth, if you're interested, of which I know you are, please you can book a session by going to our page on Facebook and going to the services. There's a part that's written services, and you realize that there is a slot that is written the history to your future. So what you can do is that you can click there. Actually, this coaching session is worth 300 kwacha, but because Moments with Inonge has turned 1, and we are extending our gratitude to all our fans and followers, we are going to be offering this coaching session for free. What this coaching session is going to do is that it's going to grant you the opportunity to experience what professional coaching is. Like I mentioned, I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. And then it's also going to help you clarify your vision as well as enhance your steps to the fulfillment of that vision. Do we have any other comments? We have a comment from Kufa, and Kufa says, keep on keeping on, Inonge. Your segments are really worth it. Thank you so much, my top fan, Kufa, one of my top fans. Thank you so much. So guys, please ensure that you book a slot for the 30 minutes free coaching, the history of your future, and you will be glad you did. So as we just wrap up, I would love to, just in case that some people that are actually watching from another social media platform, maybe YouTube or another social media platform, allow me to actually just let the link which you can actually book that free coaching session just scroll on the page below. So you can write down that link. You can actually write down that link, and then you can type it out. You can go to your Google and just feed in that link, and it will be able to take you directly to the free coaching session, and you can book a slot from there. I am really, really looking forward to a time when we're going to look back and say, wow, when we started, we were at this point, and now see how far the Lord has brought us. See how far, the Lord has raised us, and look at the impact that we're making in the lives of others. Guys, I hope and trust you have actually jotted down that link for those that are not watching us via Facebook, for those that are watching us via YouTube. So guys, we've actually come to the end of our leadership segment. I salute you for your time. I salute you for your participation. Thank you so, so much. Have a good night, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from.